China's secret deep-sea empire, conquering Earth's final frontier while America sleep. The deepest point on our planet reaches nearly 11,000 meters below sea level. A realm of absolute darkness and crushing pressure, where humanity knows virtually nothing about what exists. Yet one superpower nation is aggressively racing to explore these mysterious depths, and their motivations extend far beyond scientific curiosity. China is rapidly deploying advanced deep-sea robotics fleets, constructing permanent underwater research facilities, and strategically positioning themselves to claim the ocean's most valuable resources before any other country can respond. While America drastically reduces its oceanic research funding, China continues diving deeper, advancing faster, and investing more heavily in deep-sea exploration than any civilization in recorded history. What treasures lie hidden in these abyssal depths? Why is China so desperately determined to reach them first? An investigative team spent extensive time analyzing Chinese scientific publications, monitoring vessel movements, and consulting with leading marine experts to uncover this developing story that mainstream media completely ignores. Understanding the full magnitude requires examining our location. The Mariana Trench represents a colossal underwater canyon located in the western Pacific Ocean, positioned east of the Philippines. This geological formation contains Earth's most extreme and inaccessible environment. Reaching the bottom means traversing the ocean's complete water column structure. Beginning our descent at the surface euphotic zone, we encounter warm, sunlit waters filled with vibrant coral ecosystems, diverse fish populations, and familiar marine life. This accessible layer extends approximately 200 meters downward before conditions dramatically change. Descending further reveals the twilight mesopelagic zone, spanning from 200 to 1,000 meters depth. Sunlight gradually diminishes to near total darkness, while pressure increases to 10 times surface level intensity. This crushing force destroys most shallow water organisms. Bizarre creatures inhabit this realm, including the oarfish, a massive silvery serpentine giant exceeding bus length, and the ethereal sea angel, a transparent winged mollusk gracefully floating through perpetual twilight. At 1,000 meters depth, we enter the midnight zone of complete darkness. Creatures here generate their own illumination through bioluminescence, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. The terrifying Magnapina squid extends spidery arms over 6 meters long, dangling like ghostly puppet strings in the void. Pressure reaches 100 times surface intensity, equivalent to 1,500 pounds pressing on every square inch of your body. The famous blobfish perfectly demonstrates these extreme conditions. In its natural high-pressure habitat, it maintains normal fish appearance, but when brought to surface pressure, it expands into the gelatinous blob shape everyone recognizes online. Continuing downward to 4,000 meters reveals the abyssopelagic zone, commonly called the abyss. This cold, dark, silent realm supports sparse but remarkably adapted life forms. The seemingly barren seafloor conceals incredible secrets within its deceptive muddy appearance. Every ocean organism eventually descends as marine snow, a continuous, gentle precipitation of organic matter accumulating over millions of years. These layers create carbon-rich sediment deposits exceeding 1 kilometer thickness in some locations, preserving oceanic history while functioning as massive natural carbon storage systems. Occasionally, whale falls create extraordinary oasis events. When massive whales die and sink, they become magnets attracting diverse scavenger communities. Sharks, hagfish, worms, snails, and specialized bacteria form complete ecosystems surviving on single carcasses for years, providing rare energy bursts in nutrient-scarce environments. Below 6,000 meters lies the Hadal Zone, named after Hades, the Greek underworld ruler. Only oceanic trenches extend deeper than this point. Few submarines possess capabilities reaching these depths due to pressure exceeding 600 times surface levels. At nearly 11,000 meters, we reach Mariana Trench's bottom, deeper than Mount Everest's height. Pressure intensity equals 90 full-grown elephants pressing simultaneously on every fingertip-sized area from all directions. Incredibly, life persists even here. Giant single-celled xenophyophores filter nutrients from sediment, while tiny pale amphipods navigate the muddy terrain. The Mariana Trench spans over 2,500 kilometers across the Pacific, roughly equivalent to the distance between New York and Denver. Its deepest section, Challenger Deep, represents the most extreme depth on Earth's seafloor. First reached in 1960 by Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh, then James Cameron in 2012, followed by Victor Vescovo's multiple high-tech descents. These historic missions shared common characteristics: expensive, rare, and typically one-time efforts. Everything changed when China entered the deep-sea exploration arena. China's 2020 Fenduji mission marked their deepest human dive ever, but their approach differed fundamentally. Instead of stopping, they accelerated development. Each subsequent submersible became smaller, more advanced, and designed for repeated operations. By 2024, China transitioned beyond crewed missions to deploy shoebox-sized autonomous robots capable of independent seafloor navigation and safe return. This technological leap transforms rare, expensive expeditions into repeatable, scalable operations. When single tiny robots accomplish what previously required massive submarines, imagine the possibilities with entire robotic fleets. China develops next-generation deep-sea robotics featuring small autonomous machines designed for gliding, crawling, or flexible movement through abyssal environments. These specialized units operate collaboratively in coordinated fleets, covering vastly more territory, more frequently, at dramatically reduced costs compared to traditional crewed vehicles. Their exploration targets extend beyond strange creatures and extreme pressures. Cold seeps where methane and hydrogen sulfide emerge from beneath the seafloor support entire chemosynthetic ecosystems. Mussels, clams, and tube worms thrive without sunlight, deriving energy from chemical processes instead of photosynthesis. These environments serve as natural laboratories demonstrating life's adaptation to extreme conditions, offering models for future energy systems while resembling conditions scientists believe exist on Jupiter and Saturn's moons. For nations pursuing deep-sea dominance and extraterrestrial exploration, such locations prove invaluable. Methane hydrates, appearing like frozen snow within seafloor sediments, represent potentially revolutionary energy sources. These ice crystal structures trap methane gas under high pressure and cold temperatures, literally burning when ignited. However, extraction carries significant risks, including underwater landslides and massive greenhouse gas releases. Polymetallic nodules scattered across deep seafloors contain essential metals, including cobalt, nickel, copper, and manganese, crucial for manufacturing batteries, electric vehicles, and renewable energy infrastructure. Mining operations involve surface vessels lowering robotic collectors to gather sediment layers containing these valuable nodules. However, mining activities generate massive sediment plumes, potentially smothering delicate habitats and drifting across vast distances. Without comprehensive environmental impact understanding, irreversible ecosystem damage could occur, with seafloor recovery potentially requiring centuries. Marine biologists express serious concerns about deep-sea mining's ecological consequences. These slow-developing, fragile ecosystems face potential species extinction and habitat destruction accumulated over millions of years. China recognizes these expanding opportunities and sparse regulatory frameworks. They're positioning for extraction, claiming, and securing deep-sea resources before international competition intensifies. Their strategy includes establishing permanent underwater bases 2,000 meters deep, designed for 6 scientists conducting 30-day research missions, essentially creating oceanic space stations. This infrastructure provides something more valuable than minerals: operational time for testing advanced equipment, monitoring environmental conditions, and gaining operational experience few nations attempt. China transforms exploration into routine operations, converting repetition into strategic dominance. Deep-sea infrastructure includes more than geological resources and marine life. Submarine data cables carry most global internet traffic, including emails, messages, and video content through hair-thin glass fibers stretched across ocean floors. These vulnerable systems face potential disruption from ship anchors or intentional sabotage. Recent Russian naval activities near North Sea cable routes raise sabotage concerns. China's 2025 revelation of deep-sea cable-cutting robots, officially designed for infrastructure repair, demonstrates dual-use capabilities for potentially disabling underwater communication systems thousands of meters below surface detection. Beneath ocean floors runs modern civilization's nervous system. Cables, sensors, and critical infrastructure carrying internet traffic, global commerce and military communications. These aren't experimental systems, but essential lifelines for contemporary society, and they remain highly vulnerable. China's deep-sea advancement stems from substantial resource investments in ocean science, including new research laboratories, comprehensive funding programs, and training next-generation ocean engineers, biologists, and roboticists. They attract top international talent, while countries like America reduce scientific funding. Current U.S. administration cuts severely impact NOAA, the primary agency responsible for exploring, protecting, and understanding American ocean territories. While China floods laboratories with funding, talent, and momentum, America sidelines its only agency capable of competitive response. China's discoveries extend beyond abyssal life forms to strategic access methods and long-term operational capabilities. They transform deep-sea exploration from rare missions into scalable strategies, using compact, autonomous robotics and permanent underwater research stations, building infrastructure for sustained operations where few others can function. They've identified resources potentially powering the next century, while developing tools and experience for controlling access. China isn't merely exploring, they're positioning to dictate future deep-sea activities. The deep sea represents Earth's final untouched wilderness. Once disturbed, recovery becomes impossible, and regulated resource extraction could eliminate entire ecosystems and trigger unforeseen consequences. Historical space race precedent shows competition can evolve into collaboration. The International Space Station demonstrates nations can cooperate for boundary-pushing exploration while protecting valuable resources. We need similar approaches for ocean exploration, not just for discovery, but for protection. If single nations control our planet's last unexplored region, consequences extend beyond scientific loss to global implications affecting everyone. Don't let this crucial story disappear into the depths. Subscribe now to stay informed about developments that could reshape our world's future. Share this video to spread awareness about the hidden battle for our ocean's resources, and let us know in the comments what you think about China's deep-sea expansion strategy.